quick reactions. Came over, looked like a sure layup, but Ben, a great defender, reacted very quickly and bothered that shot.
Hamilton, and that's as well as Billups out. Well, it's time to get for event dates and locations. Detroit passing Jerry into a crowd. Here's Atkins. Him, and he was wide open for the shot, and again, that's something you don't expect to see from the Pistons. And that time Christie gets beat off the dribble by working with Bill Murray, and her experience making the movie. News 10 counting down to a Wallace from a Jabari Smith. You know, these are guys that are now playing valuable minutes here in the first half.
Going back.
Now Hamilton double team Atkins looking for the lead. Good defense. Now Hamilton, 5 to shoot. It's poked away Christie. Hamilton gets it back. Oh, that's a
chiedete a Kobe, chiedete a tutti.
Ed eccola l'attacco invece per la formazione di coach.
Da un tiratore.
Hamilton va da Rashid Wallace, costretto dalla difesa di Merton a riaprire, poi non concede secondi tiri all'attacco di Denver, e questo è il motivo per cui rimane in Zelpino, mette palla per terra, cerca di andare all'appoggio, viene stoppato. Hamilton no, non sono i Pistons che conoscete.
Prassitele, si lascia guarducchiare e pur di portarci dentro la partita la butta ancora la marcatura Boykins Hamilton, che credo interessi all'attacco.
Hamilton proprio sul ricciolo.
Membri del Canaglia Club sono obbligati a firmare un documento ovviamente informale con cui promettono al capo allenatore, anche lui membro della...
È una cosa molto goliardica, però è un nome che in Lombardia ricorre facilmente.
Occhio che i Pistons hanno girato 2 vizi di all'anno, fai il bravo,
E tutte le volte ci martelli.
Connecticut Duke,
quello che è in grado di fare quando stringe difensivamente.
Certo.
Per cui se nel quarto periodo la difesa dovesse diventare quella che abbiamo visto...
Primo tempo.
Cos'è il Foggia?
Il Foggia, brava. Di quello che è avvenuto nel primo tempo, non è che ci vorrebbe così tanto imitare gli...
Se proprio tutti no.
Perché Corliss oggi è un sixer e quindi niente... Brown proprio viene da un'altra scuola, ecco, qui lo vuole, esattamente lì.
E peraltro ci sta un Granson, riceve.
E tenete presente che la media di persa di Detroit è 14 a partita in questo inizio di stagione.
Di qui siamo
abbastanza nettamente in ritardo. Se pensa di difendere contro Carmelo così nel quarto quarto, Carmelo si prende una signora rivenita, un tetto piccolo per correre, tirare e muovere la difesa.
Questa volta negato il ricciolo per Hamilton, che però comunque muove il corpo, e poi oltretutto si deve abituare anche ai tempi, il passaggio schiacciato a terra come quello fatto in precedenza. Si lavora contro difesa schierata, Lindsey Hunter ad impostare uscita ricezione con cambio immediato di direzione per Hamilton. Definitivamente primo piano ovviamente per Chauncey Billups, che sarebbe stato l'uomo
自己上，咁雖然唔入啊，咁但係都有奧尼耶喺度補中。
嗱，夏美頓咧，所以擋佢出嚟，第一選擇嘅中間嘅位置咧，俾可惜都唔得。甩不同嘅球員去負責㗎啦。睇翻之前嗰個快攻啊！哇！喺弱邊 cut in 埋嚟嘅 Tayshaun Prince 最日嘅休息時間，咁有時啲球隊啦打到球佢哋唞咁多日啦，有好有唔好啦。夏美頓遠射搞掂，韋迪去做手術啦。起碼從我嘅角度啊，我覺得佢應該去做嘅。好啦，咁啊睇翻做咗單檔之後咧，切入分球 Tayshaun Prince 3分波搞掂，上咗4場咧就2勝2負嘅。不過到底呢個成績咧可以維持到幾耐啦？大家睇過先，得分點嘅一個地位啊！
好啦，呢個波教幾靚，麥斯都想話入春俾人封翻落嚟。
哇！又係阿莫寧啊！就諗清楚下，佢哋有嘅。不過呢個球員咧，內地教練好少用啊。新仔啊，唔好話新仔啊，年青人啊，杜利爾護禮啊。阿麥代斯咧，而家俾人咧拉開咗。今日雖然早段而家佢哋射得唔準啦，特別係30分都未夠啦，呢場波佢哋輸緊啊，有隨時3次嘅攻勢砰砰聲。 今次拆你屋啊！不過今次交得麻麻地啫，一交得麻麻地呢度咧有機會打快攻。And one 要落後19分。不過頭先提過就係啦，呢一隊波中距離只要一辣着嘅話啦，追分咧其實
通常咧把握得好好嘅咸美頓啊，咁都今日咧就喺上半場都見佢炒咗2球。
好啦，呢一球咧派喺
籃底換隻左手做呢一，
哇！真係 catch and shoot， 咸美頓唔中籃板，代爾戴維斯搶分。
哇！今日奧尼爾要乜有乜啊
！% 嘅
啲3分球啦，起手9次入得1球嘅咋。
交咗俾呢個派恩斯，用佢咧用背南攻想攻啊 J Will 嘅，揚開左邊底線，艾迪宗斯埋嚟協防，莫波拖好耐，卒之都係夏美頓咧暫時攞12分㗎。夏美頓今年咧喺得分同埋籃板兩個統計咧，我覺得如果佢成功復出嘅話啦，睇翻啊活塞啊呢一個快攻啊，夏美頓咧要頂咗個位喎。韋伯交嚟夏美頓攞板搞掂，
好緊㗎啦，換咗莫寧入嚟，哇！連換咗莫寧走出去孖派恩斯添啊！麥代斯咪兜翻埋嚟中間有啊！好啦，咪加埋一邊，夏美頓有。好啦，拉嗰邊，咪等阿派恩斯咧單打獨鬥啦。J Will 想話咧埋嚟夾擊啊，埋唔埋好啦？咁結果咧冇埋到嚟啊！進攻籃板喎，卡邦路今日射入個一球嘅啫，都係入唔到啊！
有啲危機嘅熱火
有機會啊！派恩斯
麥代斯個中距離跳射建功，跟住一個快攻啦，派恩斯喺右邊入進嘅。
Rip against Iguodala. Ben with a screen. They'll switch it. Inside to Ben, lays it in.
Players really haven't got totally into this one yet.
Rip with the turn and gun. Got it. Kenny Thomas misses the jumper to Rip.
Crowd getting impatient until he's not shooting very well.
Rip penetrates. Tayshaun fires for three, and it's through. Rasheed touched it to Ben, who saves it to Tayshaun. 4 on the clock. 3 on the clock for Rip, and he triples. Rasheed with a quick dish in the corner to Rip. The Pistons have plenty on the clock. When he's missing him, you are in trouble.
Ben Wallace snagging almost every defensive rebound out there right now. Bang, Rip. And he passes over. Oh, we got good ball movement right there. Rip to get the wide open shot. And Chauncey says, all right, you're going to get off of me. I'll drop 1, 2. And Rip again.
To 2 for the Pistons. Rasheed is open. He hits it. Lindsay with a corner bounce to Rip to start the 7:40 left. Rip over Korver off the dribble. Get hot.
Yep.
They have a chance to win this game, and he just can't seem to find it.
And you know the Pistons are going to take
Chauncey can. Billy Green scores for Philly. Antonio McDyess with 18 to go in the game. Backdoor cut by Rip. Chauncey got it to him out. And the Pistons.
Clifford Robertson as the task, unenviable as it is, of guarding Kenyon Martin, but that frees up Ben Wallace all by himself on the defensive glass.
Rip Hamilton behind Wallace, knocks it down from the top of the circle.
Maybe one of the best mid-range jump shooters in the game. We talk about that being a lost art. For him, it certainly isn't.
Eastern Conference Finals, Game 1 from the Palace at Auburn Hills, Detroit. Their only 2-point leads were early in the ballgame. Then their offense went stagnant while the Nets went crazy with fast break points. But Detroit has battled and scrapped back. And Hamilton with 6 points.
The last 19, of course, the game one winners usually playing at home, and they're a better team anyway. So that's probably why they won so many. But Detroit probably going to be pretty happy right now with how they've been able to get back into the game. See, Hamilton, the last 2 times, mid-range jumpers, get back on defense.
So Detroit's got it. Much to our shock with 1.6 remaining. Trying to score before halftime. Hamilton has a chance. Nope. They wave it off. They wave it off. No basket.
When he gets the ball, he should just back off. Same with Ben Wallace. Dig in against Prince, Phillips, Hamilton.
Phillips into Hamilton for the lead for Detroit. Not this time.
Oh, it went in! I take it back! It went all the way to the 24-second clock, and it dropped. Up there, watch this shot.
It looks so far off the whole way.
Palace of Auburn Hills. This is the shot that gave Detroit the lead. Watch it again. Richard Hamilton way up. And the most unlikely of drops you'll ever see.
And simple physics would tell you there is just no way this could. Einstein would tell you there is no way this could happen.
Einstein's got more pub in this game than Rick Carlisle
Look at
has.
this thing. I mean, there's no way it comes back down curved hits the backboard and drops in.
As we approach 5 minutes in the third quarter. Hamilton on a roll.
The retro mid-range game of Rip Hamilton, moving without the ball. So many different screens, curling, slashing into the lanes. No matter what the defense, forced to go away from Jason Kidd in the set offense because Jason has missed his last 7 shots.
Almost as many turnovers as points. That's never good. Hamilton got Harris in the air and dropped it. Two huge shots by Hamilton this quarter. The strangest of three-pointers you'll ever see. And then how about this one?
Just got the momentum going his way. And then the pump fake, Harry, he got that. As soon as you get that separation, the defender always feels like he has to get back and close that separation. The pump fake accomplishes that. Jump into him, foul, bucket.
Detroit has developed a tremendous home court advantage in the playoffs this year.
Well, you want to know how dominant these guys have been since they trailed 18-6. They've outscored by 18 points.
Prince leaves it over for Hamilton. 5 on the shot clock. Rip got the jumper. What a quarter for Richard Hamilton. Hamilton, he was the third quarter, and he's the first basket finally for Detroit in the fourth quarter.
Well, the Prince matchup doesn't quite work quite as well against the Nets as it did the Philadelphia 76ers. Just a different type of athlete guarding him here.
Hamilton, nice strong move to the hoop, and he drew the foul. 4-point New Jersey lead. 1:05 left in the ball game. Game 1, Eastern Conference Finals. Pull-up jumper by Kenyon Martin. Ben Wallace, another rebound. 21 rebounds for Wallace. Hamilton through traffic. Got it! And a chance to cut it to 1. The field goal drought of almost 7 minutes is over. And as we see, Tinsley lost it. Billups and Hamilton will run together. It's Rip. Terrific. And ended with a flourish. 4:06 till halftime. Pistons back in front.
You have to be careful if you're the Pacers. You don't want the Pistons to end this half on a
coach of the Indiana Pacers, and on opposite benches here in the East.
And right now, he's doing it at a pretty good rhythm.
Of course, you can do both. The Pistons had one named after. Rip Hamilton through a triple team, got it to Rasheed Wallace. Nice pass.
The Pistons have had 2 shots in a row to almost turn this game into a rout and lost the opportunity.
Maybe they just got it right there. The Pistons that are doing a little bit of standing around, with the exception of Rip Hamilton, who's constant motion. And he scores. Hamilton again with that little mid-range.
Techs are good. In my opinion, that was an excellent time to get a technical foul.
Here's Rasheed Wallace. Oh, what a give to Hamilton.
And what a goal. Rip Hamilton is a nightmare to guard. I mean, you can see Fred Jones doing
either Rasheed Wallace or Rip Hamilton. Got it to Rasheed. 3 on the shot clock. Hamilton got it at the... Rip Hamilton with 17 points, and you can see the lights and the 0. And through it goes either of these two teams.
Well, it's a different style of play, you know, but I think that both teams will feel confidence.
18 points.
When the offensive player jumps into the defensive player.
Which would give him his 20th point. And the Pistons have a 2-1 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals. We'll check in with Michelle.
Well, I spoke.
Defensive 3-second call. Rip Hamilton will shoot the free throw. He and Chauncey Billups both even struggling from the line tonight. When he hit for the Pistons, it doesn't matter what distance they're shooting from. Hamilton's not a good sign either. Hamilton takes it to the rack this time. Goes back to 6. The opportunities for the Pistons to make it a one-point game or tie it have gone by the boards. Rasheed Wallace for three.
Impeding his progress, and that's hurting him. So Rick now is trying to score off the dribble, which is tough to do against Artest.
Tayshaun Prince. Hamilton over Artest. Contested, but he dropped it in anyway.
Yeah, taking Ron Artest off the dribble is very difficult, but Rip Hamilton, his ability to pull up off the dribble gives
game right now. Don't allow any more separation.
So badly, and that happens with teams. It's not a selfish thing, John Kelvin.
And Rip Hamilton ahead to Corliss Williamson. You call it, Doc. Hamilton around a pick. The jumper. Good. Okur, Hunter, Hamilton, Wallace, and Corliss Williamson on the floor, and it's Rip.
On this pick, and watch Ron Artest. He's going to stop when he hits the pick. That's exhausting. All night, he's been fighting through it. You see that delay? If you delay on Rip Hamilton, you get scored on.
Freddie Jones guarding Rip Hamilton right now. Hamilton in the paint, and one.
Ron Artest is still standing there. When he lowers his shoulder into Fred Jones, he backs up and reaches, and that gives Rip Hamilton freedom.
Hamilton, right the one constant in this whole series for either team, and he's got 16 points again tonight.
Have gotten themselves in trouble. They turn to...
If so, it'll be there on ESPN, and we'll be there with you. Chauncey Billups to try to tie it. Does!
That they wanted to get physical with Rip Hamilton. I guarantee you, Rip
to pound those thunder sticks and come to attention, and Rip Hamilton's got their attention. Hamilton got away from Artest and scored. The Pistons trying to get it in bounds and throw it in, and for the first time in 14 years, the Pistons go to the NBA Finals.
Say to you tonight when you two embraced.
Well, the one thing I told him, I just told him thank you, you know, for the game that he plays, and for me to be able to watch him and watch a great player and try to mock him as best as possible. And, I mean, he's a great player, man. I'm just having fun. And he just said, keep going, keep coming off screens and play my game.
From Connecticut at 6'7", number 32, Piston guard, Richard Rip Hamilton.
That he usually moves, but you have to be patient in this.
As in any sport, you're going to go after the guy who's hurt. Two more for Hamilton, and Detroit has begun the shoot around today. Malone did next to nothing. Didn't do very much at practice yesterday before the Lakers boarded. Hamilton drive. O'Neal gives Wallace room. This time the bank doesn't go, but the follow does by Hamilton.
But there's proof
on the shot clock from way outside, and Hamilton skies for the rebound. Hamilton, long two, got it. Pistons are 0 for their...
No idea, and even me at the... Why? But when you're making a great point out, the Pistons have had opportunities, and they have gone.
Well, they're 0 for their last 10, and they finally get off that minute. Hamilton threw it up. Hugely important. Hamilton, after a 20-second timeout, was taken to... Here's Devin George from three-point land. Phillips lofts it for Hamilton, and he's right there. Perfect pass.
And they can take him off the dribble at any time.
O'Neal lost the ball, stolen away. George tried to steal, couldn't. Hamilton is free for three. Make it two. He was just inside the arc. 60-44, just inside. The clock still rolling, and some from way outside. Prince was forced to put it up. Ball is loose. Hamilton gets it, makes it, gets fouled. Right now, going on 13 if he makes. Palace of Auburn Hills outside Detroit. Al Michaels, Doc Rivers, Michelle Tafoya, Stuart Scott reporting. Bryan and O'Neal tonight a combined 21 points. Meanwhile, Rip Hamilton alone with 21 points. Hunter Dishes outside. Will he get an assist on a three? Yes, he will. Hamilton.
Lindsey Hunter.
68-51.
Lindsey Hunter made that entire play.
And Campbell with the steal, and Campbell gets it from Hamilton. Can Medvedenko stop him? No, he cannot.
All over the floor, trying to take the Pistons out of their offense.
Bryant playing with just amazing energy. Here's Hamilton. And nothing like a three to stop that energy flow.
See that? 23 seconds, took a shot, got a rebound, and now they're going to burn more clock.
Pistons so good on the offensive boards. They've out-rebounded the Lakers 13-5. And there's a guy who has a lot of those, adding 2 on the offensive end, Ben Wallace. The Detroit Pistons on the cusp.
Control the pick and roll. And the biggest question is if Karl Malone can play. He gets a couple extra days of rest.
Hamilton to the hoop. Rip Hamilton exploding tonight for 29 points. Walton.
Sportstown, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And
It was defense that was winning for them.
well, you got the
Is going to have to take advantage of Gary Payton. That's his size.
Payton losing it. Stolen by Wallace. He's out in front all alone. 21-18 on the steal. He has it taken away and does, in fact, by the hands of Hunter, leading to a Hamilton break and dunk.
Bryant does extremely well, except for the Pistons now know that. They're playing them for that, and that's the second turnover for bucket that he's caused. And right now the Lakers are scoring almost out of their offense.
Shot is short. Rebound keeps getting tipped. Winds up in the hands of Prince. He'll drive all the way. Brings the house down.
Al, this is what we're talking about. You know, a good drive, but watch, the ball stays up in the air. And if you're longer, quicker, and more athletic, usually you come up with the rebounds, and that's where the Pistons have taken advantage of the Lakers in this series. And you can see most of those shots now are front of the rim, which indicates tired legs, and guard Rip Hamilton will do that.
Hamilton can't get there, but Campbell does.
Rip Hamilton calls that play with the dribble penetration.
5:35. We'll go to the line when we come back on the other end of this break. The Pistons up by 11 at Auburn Hills. O'Neal missing both free throw attempts. He's 3 out of 10. The Lakers are 11 of 19. Dan Wallace over Brian Russell.
That's what happened. Tough check. And what is he going to do to change this basketball team?
Brent. And that's without even mentioning the most important matter in Kobe's life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all moot unless he's acquitted.
I'll tell you another one. Red Auerbach.
Yes, Red's lighting up a cigar. Detroit, a much younger team, and as the Lakers will end their season unraveling in this series, Detroit ends it on a high note, and they just add exclamation point after exclamation point.